Hello, this is the Fox. So I started to play an RPG horror game called Backstage. Just thought I'd give my thoughts on it. First off, I want to talk about the music first, because that's kind of the first thing that you hear. It's MIDI music of the Silent Hill 2. I think that's the main theme of Silent Hill 2. It's pretty interesting. And of course there's well, it's a lot. The game tries to be like Silent Hill. I'm not sure if it does a really good job. The atmosphere is kind of good, but it shows too much violence and not enough obscurity. Like what makes the Silent Hill series, well, at least the older games, like scarier and more disturbing, was that the monsters looked like they looked like human-ish, like they had human-ish features, but they were like obscured because, well, in the Silent Hill universe, it's because the characters each have their own thing that they're going through, and especially, well, this one's taking a lot from Silent Hill 2. You play as a guy named Tom. He has an argument with his wife, I guess, and he's trying to call her at the beginning of the game, and yeah, it's weird. It's an interesting game. I'm not sure if I'm going to play through it. I don't know how long I've played the game, because that video is going to be up before I post this one, which is just my thoughts on the game. Or maybe I'll put it at the end. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, yeah. So fuck, I'm kind of going back and forth. It's an interesting game. I'm not sure when it was made. I'll look all that up. I don't know. Put it in the description. Pretty sure I'll put a download link to. Yeah, it tried to give you a Silent Hill feel. It just did not feel like Silent Hill though. It looks. I'm not sure if it's something like if you're silent, if you like horror games and you haven't played this game. First off, it's made with RPG Maker, and I know some people don't like RPG Maker horror games, but yeah, I mean, I find some of them are actually relatively good. Haven't played all the great ones yet, like Mad Father and stuff, but when I do, I'll probably sit down and talk about how I feel about those games. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing much else to say about the game. Well, like you'll see it in the playthrough. It basically, like, whoever did this, like, used Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 as like their main sources of inspiration, because basically they took, like, Tom is basically James Sunderland, and I'm pretty sure that chick is basically I forgot her name. I think it's like Maria. I think that's her name. That is like James Sunderland's wife. I don't know, because the game copies Silent Hill 2, sort of. It takes some stuff from Silent Hill 3 with the detective who is also trying to bring Tom in, because he plays both that I don't know much about Silent Hill 3. That one dude with the glasses, whereas they look like monsters to you. Like, they're not like you know, when he's messing with the main character of Silent Hill 3. Fuck, my mind's drawn blank. But yeah, it's like that. Yeah, I just it's interesting. I kind of didn't like that trap part. That kind of seemed unfair. Like, because you're only given like a second or two after you fall into the trap to see where all the other traps are. So just basically, if you're gonna play it, I'm not sure if there's gonna be more traps or not. The combat is weird because it's not really combat. Basically, as long as you have ammo for your gun, you won't take any damage. But if you don't have ammo, then you will take damage. I'm not sure what the glass shards are used for. I don't know. I haven't played the whole thing. Like basically what you saw in that video is basically everything that I played through. Like I could not solve for the life of me that last puzzle. All I know is that I have to do something with that grandfather clock, and I don't know where anything is. I might look up a walkthrough or something, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, just thought I'd give my 2 cents about this horror game. I'm playing other horror games. I'm kind of feeling like, ooh, let's play all these cool horror games. So that's what I'm out to do. I'll probably give my thoughts about the game, either like I'm probably gonna do it like this, like play a big chunk of the game, unless the game is like short, in which case I will then just talk about it, and then see what and like just try to analyze it. Yeah, so basically that's all I have to say about this particular game. I think it's relatively interesting. Maybe try to be, because the thing is if it wasn't copying so much from Silent Hill, I would think that it was pretty cool, but some of the writing was not the best. Like that chick where she's like, oh, this place is evil, you gotta burn it down, like whatever. I guess, like, I don't know, if I play through it, maybe I'll understand it a bit more. Well, obviously I will, because things will get explained, but yeah, it's weird, because I mean, copying music from a certain video game series is one thing, but like, you know, like the concept wasn't there. It's like some of the ideas of Silent Hill were there, and that detective played both the role of the detective that was going after the chick and the main character in Silent Hill 3. But he was also playing, but he was also like that other dude in Silent Hill 3 that was freaking her out, making fuck, I want to say her name is Claire, but I don't think that's her name. Anyway, she's all like, you know, it's to freak you out. It's, you know, where the guy's like, oh, they look like monsters to you. And he's like, huh? And then and pretty much he's pretty much telling her that's like, hey, you're basically murdering people. Because that's what that scene was all about. It was just to freak out her, and since you are playing as her, freak out the player and make the player question what they are actually killing. Because to them, and because to her and to the player, they look like monsters because it's a part of the main antagonist's nightmare and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, not really a good Silent Hill clone. If it kind of did its own thing, I might have liked it a little bit more. Perhaps if they just kind of stuck with like one aspect of Silent Hill, just like a tiny part of it, maybe. I mean, they did try to do their own thing. They put in traps and stuff, and that's kind of in all RPG Maker horror games. So that's always a thing. You can, I mean, the combat's not really that great. Mainly because you're just sitting, because it's either avoid or just shoot gun, and then when you don't have any more gun, as you saw, you get into a fight, and if you fight those big suits of armor, they take away 6 health points and you only have 10 health points, so then you can't get into another fight. And yeah, so yeah, the music, some of the music was MIDI music of like Silent Hill. I'm not sure if all of it was music from the Silent Hill games, because I'm not all that familiar with the Silent Hill soundtrack. But yeah, they totally used the Silent Hill 2 music, which, you know, I'm not blaming it. It's good. It did the job. So yeah, I really got nothing else to say about it. It's interesting. It's a good little horror puzzle game to play. Like, it's not that scary, and it's not Silent Hill, because Silent Hill tries to make you like wonder what something is, like make it obscure. Like, you could, like, you see, it's hard to explain, but like if you see something lying on the ground, and like it might look like a body, it might not. I mean, it could be a body, or maybe it's not. It's hard to explain. Like Silent Hill is all about atmosphere and stuff. The only credit I can give this game is this game wasn't full of jump scares like more recent horror games are about, especially with RPG Maker. So, I mean, yeah, it's up there with not the worst. It's not the worst thing I've ever played. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's more of an action horror game. It's not really like scary horror as you saw, unless, you know, monsters coming out of the ether and attacking you. They're scary. Like, there was no scary scenes. Nothing super scary happened. Maybe it gets scarier as the game goes on, but yeah. And then, of course, like, it always makes that mistake of giving the protagonist too much information at the beginning of the game. With that one dude whose name we don't know, like that mysterious dude. Yeah, that's just him in the writing for him. I just did not like. I get that he's supposed to be a antagonist, but yeah, he kind of seems pointless. I mean, he's only there to like cause shit to happen. Like, he just sent out some demons or monsters or whatever they are out on the dude. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about that. This has been Fox Guy Geo, talking about Backstage, a RPG Maker horror game. It's interesting, to say the least. It's not the most terrible thing I've ever played. The beginning puzzles are really good. The story I really like those puzzles. Those puzzles were I mean, like, they were easy, but they weren't like, you know, they weren't too like they were well thought out. Like the puzzle where you have to go and get the where, like, pretty much I saw that bleach stuff or whatever it was, and I'm just like, I'm probably gonna need it. I mean, so yeah, and then you do need it to get the coin, and then you use the coin in the machine in the tram station, subway, in the subway station. And, you know, and then you get a key, and that key leads into the room, and so on and so forth. Like that was well thought out. Yeah, I couldn't find the clock thing for the grandfather clock, so yeah, if you want to play the game yourself, I'm pretty sure I'll put the download link somewhere in the description, or in the description of the video previous. And yeah, stay cool. This has been Fox Guy Geo talking about Backstage again. Fuck, someone professional. Get the spooks.